Hey everybody, Eric Henderson here with Adventures Afield. I'm in Abilene, Texas at Airguns of Texas with Edwin Bumpass. How's it going?
Very well, thank you. Thanks for stopping in.
What we're going to do is I brought my original Condor and it's got the Mad Dog stock. The gun shoots really well, but I'd like for it to be better. What exactly do you have to make this gun better?
Well, we've got a couple of things that we can do to it today. I've redesigned a new top hat for it.
Okay.
It's a high efficiency polished top hat. It simply replaces the factory Airforce top hat, and it has interchangeable restrictors that you can change to adjust your power settings.
Okay.
Now granted, the Airforce top hat is a great piece of equipment. Their design is awesome and the power wheel is very effective. But with the newer design top hat that I have, the power wheel is as effective as a volume knob on a radio. It makes it just infinitely tunable, and it's incredibly efficient and uses about half the amount of air as the open flow top hat that the factory puts in.
So I can get more shots.
Many more shots. If you have the same,
that's awesome.
If you have the same power setting, and what we'll do is we'll do a baseline test with this gun. It's a 22 caliber. We're shooting a 16 grain JSB jumbo pellet. We're going to set it at around 850, 60 foot per second. And from all the testing I've done, we get about shooting it from 2,900 down to about 2,000, 1,900. We get about 45, 50 shots. With the new top hat, we increase our hammer tension just a little bit to regain our velocity with the restrictor. And so far, I haven't run it all the way down, but I'm in excess of 60 to 65 shots and still have about 2,200 PSI in the tank. So we're
looking at more awesome.
We're looking at gaining, probably a good 40-50% shot count.
Okay.
And the other thing that we can do on the Condor, it's just a full-length open barrel. It's not suppressed. There's no moderator or lead dust collector or whatever you want to call it on there. We've also designed a nice lightweight suppressor moderator to go on the Airforce guns. It's proprietary fitment. It won't fit any other gun. It's made out of composite material, so it's non-metallic. And we're going to make this Condor in 22 shoot as quiet as a Talon SS. And it's lightweight. You can pop it right off. It's held in with the grub screw, so it qualifies for all the things, guidelines of being a built-on suppressor.
Okay.
Makes it much more ear-friendly to shoot, backyard planking, hunting. You don't disturb your quarry. So we can get all these things done to your gun, and we'll do some testing and see how it sounds.
I'd say we could get some baseline chronograph testing and then get you to modifying.
All right, let's get to it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Kind of erratic.
It is. It's actually kind of all over the place, but we're going to change that. That will be fixed. 71. Okay, Eric and I have done some initial chrony testing. We've got the power wheel set on approximately between 3.5 and 4. We're shooting a 16 grain JSB pellet at, well, that was something interesting. We're getting a lot of deviation, a lot of spread on our chronograph testing. Our low, I think, was about 817. Our high was 912, 915. So we've got a pretty good spread there, and that's one of the things that the restrictor in the new Airguns of Texas SuperHat will do. Is I've noticed that in chrony testing there are strings of shots where I'll get 3 to 4 shots that are duplicate velocity readings. So it really flattens your power curve out and it keeps your point of impact spot on. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop the factory top hat out. We're going to start by cocking the gun, and I'm going to do it with the tank in the frame. It's really not necessary to take the tank out, especially if you have a spin lock gun, you know, to have to unscrew your lock ring. But I'm going to use 2 Airforce spin lock tank wrenches, put it right under this top hat here, and that just pops right out. And now I'm going to put my glasses on where I can see. So since we're shooting the 22 caliber, I'm going to put the medium restrictor in. I include 3 drilled restrictors. There's a small, a medium, and a large. We're going to put the medium in for shooting the 22. It seems to be the most efficient. And I also include 1 restrictor that is undrilled. I know a lot of you airgun guys, me included, we like to do what we want to do. So here's a blank one for you to drill your own hole size if you want to test and do a custom size jet. So we're going to take our SuperHat, we're going to put it right back in the hole there. Take my wrench, seat that. Okay, we've got the top hat installed. It's seated. We're going to close the bolt. We're going to do a couple of dry fire hammer strikes just to make sure that top hat is seated properly in the valve. We're aimed at a safe direction here. I'll do one more just for good measure. Okay, so we've got our top hat installed. We've got the medium restrictor in. So now it's time to go back to the shooting bench and do some more chrony testing. Okay, we've got our SuperHat in with the medium restrictor, and we're going to do a shot string here and get some chrony readings. Well, there's a shot string of about 12 shots. The majority of our shots were between 861 and about 870. The deviation was a lot tighter. Shooting a lot of shots in a row, though, your barrel can cool off, your valve can cool off, but it is a lot flatter shot curve than what we were seeing earlier. I did an earlier fill just to regain my velocity originally. We turned the top hat up to about 5 to regain our current velocity, to maintain our velocity to what it originally was with the factory top hat. And on our first round we shot approximately 40 shots, and we only used about 250, 300 pounds of air. So we're looking at probably a shot group around 60 to 80 shots on less than 1,000 pounds of air. So definitely increases the accuracy. It does flatten your shot curve out, and I've been printing a ragged hole back there at 20 yards the whole time. So Now let's make it a little backyard friendly and a little easier on the ears, and we'll install a Airguns of Texas suppressor on it. I want to know that this one's going to fit and be proper. Let me tighten that down. I want to make sure it's lined up. There you have it. Much easier on the ears.